All right, Robin. Well, we've discussed this topic many times before, but we're going to hit it up one more time again. Today we're going to practice a different technique called the empty chair technique. And the purpose of this is to identify the different feelings that might be placed inside of you that cause some tension and are incohesive with one another. The goal is to identify both of them and raise your self-awareness so that you can merge those feelings together, recognize that they are both normal, but find ways to be productive and work through them. So we've talked in the past about your anticipation about retirement, and you vocalize that sometimes it makes you nervous, you don't know what you'll do with yourself, but other times it makes you excited to think about the potential and what could be coming down the line and the new things you'll be able to do with yourself. So what we're going to do is practice verbalizing back to yourself those feelings. So right now, I'll have you in this chair where you're sitting right now. We're going to call this the worried Robin chair. In this chair, I want you to feel about your feelings of concern and worry that you have, the things that bother you the most. So give me one example of one of your biggest fears about your retirement.
I think one of the biggest fears that I have is knowing what to do with myself after retirement, because I've been on such a steady, regular pace of work that I don't know if I'll be able to relax.
That's very true. Okay. And then this chair we're going to call the excited Robin chair. And this is, when you're sitting in this chair, I want you to think about all of the good things that are coming ahead down the line for you. So why don't you stand up and sit over here for a minute. Now I want you to tell me something that you're excited about.
I'm excited about to have more free time to be with my family and to do things daily that would help them and free me up to be of service to other people as well.
Okay, good. So which of these two feelings do you feel like is the strongest within you right now?
Right at this point, I'm still on the anxious side because the fear of the unknown always is prevalent in my mind. Sometimes it creates sleeplessness.
Okay. Well, then let's start with you in this chair then. Again, this is going to be the worried Robin chair.
Okay.
And when you're sitting in this chair, I want you to talk to the other part of yourself that's excited about the future and what might be coming. I want you to kind of vocalize what you're worried about and say it in a way that it is like you're addressing another person sitting here. So use words like I feel, or speak to this person as if they are in first person as well. And take that. You can start with that idea that we had about the concrete feeling of not knowing what you're doing with yourself. What might you want to say? What concerns would you voice the most to somebody else?
Well, I'm feeling anxious about the potential for not knowing what to do with myself, having too much time on my hands, and after all my necessary household jobs are done, just having a feeling of kind of hopelessness and uselessness. It makes me really anxious, especially thinking about it at night. And sometimes I wake up in the night and I think, what am I going to do this fall when everybody else is going back to school and I am sitting at home? And I don't have the regular routine things of preparation for school. I'm thinking, I'm not sure I can deal with that. I am really going to have to find something to keep me active so that my mind doesn't make me feel like I'm not part of the whole system of school-related activities.
How does it frustrate you then when other people are excited or say, you should be so excited about your retirement?
I don't think they understand because they've never been in my place to understand that perspective. And yes, they're sympathetic, but until you've gone through that circumstance, you really don't understand it.
So let's say that, like, you're verbalizing that back to yourself as if you're sitting in the other chair. I want you to say, you don't understand what it feels like, or you don't understand the pressure that's...
You don't understand what it's like to be in my place as a retiree that has worked consistently throughout 10 years of service to the school, and then all of a sudden there is no goal, there is no plan for your life. It's something you start completely new and make a new goal and a new outlook for yourself, a new future. It doesn't seem right to be just left without any plans. So it's an anxiety that you just can't overcome. And until you've experienced that, you really don't know. You can sympathize with me, and I understand and I appreciate that sympathy, but you really don't have that feeling of hopelessness right now that I'm feeling as I think about my future.
Very well done. That was good. Now I'm going to have you switch chairs and come sit in the opposite chair here. And when you're sitting in this chair, we're talking back to the person that you were just verbalizing a minute ago. So I want you to speak on that other side of your emotions. What do you want to say to her who is so anxious that she is, losing sleep and being frustrated with coworkers for not understanding?
I understand that you might feel anxious about all of these things, but you have to look on the brighter side. There are so many good things about retirement. First of all, you have more time to yourself. You don't have the daily routine of checking papers and being on a set schedule. You can get up later in the morning, and I think you will feel healthier. I understand that there is just that anxiety, but then again, you have more free time to enjoy yourself and your family and serve your community as well, serve your church family as well. All of these things are great outlooks for you and potential for real growth on your part as well as help for others.
Good. That was very good. You did a good job. So you can understand that it's acceptable and you know that you feel these two different ways in this situation. I think having that awareness that both are normal and both will come up from time to time might make it easier for you to tolerate those feelings when you feel them start to build up. Good job.
Thanks.